The following program is being brought to you by the Farmhouse Cafe and Mind Body Spirit of Omaha.
They living in the millennium. Souls be looking for a healing and he's healing them. Filling some of them with his spirit.
Hi, my name is Robin Hesselgesser, and this is Hesselgesser on Purpose. Welcome to the show. Tonight we're welcoming Dan Bosselman back, owner of the Farmhouse Cafe, and we're happy to present him as a regular feature. We've gotten a few requests for him to come back, so we'll see how tonight goes. But it's fall at the farmhouse. We'll be talking about all of the goodies, all of the comfort food that we're all ready for this time of year. So when you come back, we'll welcome Dan to the show. Welcome back to Hesselgesser on Purpose. We've got Dan Bosselman joining us tonight, and it's fall at the Farmhouse Cafe. I noticed you're sitting, is this on purpose?
Yeah, because it might get kind of ugly in here. You never know when you and I are together what's going to happen.
I know. So you've agreed to be kind of a, oh well. This is full.
Okay, fine.
Okay. So you've agreed to be kind of a regular. I'm excited about this.
Why not?
Yeah.
I think it's a great idea. I mean, we're good friends.
Yeah.
Obviously, when we get together, we have plenty to talk about.
Yeah. And you're intelligent.
I try to be.
And insightful.
Very.
And what would be the word? Opinionated.
Kind of like you.
No.
Oh, come on now. This is why you want me here. You need a sounding board, obviously.
I do. Okay, so before we went on air, we were talking about some of the feedback that you got last time. It's sometimes people don't want to come up to you and talk to you about, I saw you on the show, but I've gotten a tremendous amount of feedback. And what I've gotten back is how courageous you were and how brave you were and what guts you had. I'm thankful that I have all my limbs.
Yes. Yes.
But I mean, what has your experience been since you were on the show last?
Actually, the experience was really good, I think. It was liberating to me, as I said, because I'm not hiding anymore.
Yeah.
And that's freedom.
Yeah.
That's complete freedom.
Yeah.
I've had several customers come up to me that were regulars and say, hey, we saw the show, great job.
Yeah.
Had no idea about your daughter, really sorry to hear that, the empathy, which is, it's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
But the other's like, hey, I'm glad you are who you are. And we love the farmhouse, and that's not going to change, and we're going to be here and support you and on. So it was very, very positive. And, even though, like I said, when we started the show the last time, I was scared out of my mind, because we live in fear. We shouldn't live in fear, but we have the tendency to kind of let that come in sometimes. But we've gotten rid of all that, so we don't have to worry about it anymore.
That's done and gone.
That's done and gone. We don't deal with that anymore.
So, I kind of believe in the adage, it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Yeah.
So.
Oh God, here we go again.
So the last time we talked, you weren't really in a relationship.
No. Haven't been for probably 3 years. And yes, I am in the beginning stages of one.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. The gentleman is in a profession also. He is a nurse. And so we have a ton to talk about, food, people.
Yeah.
And so it's very nice.
You're both, you both love people. You're both caretakers.
Yeah.
In one form or another, so that's got to be.
Oh, and that's the biggest conflict.
He's gorgeous.
Oh yeah, he is good
might
looking.
I say?
And yeah, so am I. So it's a good match. And the whole caretaking thing, and that's really interesting because it's almost kind of like a competition because who's going to take care of each other the most, And so it causes for a little friction once in a while, but it's fun friction.
Yeah.
Because he always wants to do stuff for me and I'm always doing stuff for him, but it all works out.
I'm so happy for you. So I mean, this is kind of a.
This
I mean,
is-
I don't want to.
this is
This
all
seems like
new.
a big deal too.
This
I mean,
is new,
because I
and it
know
isn't-
you wouldn't.
No.
You're very private.
Yes, I am.
In that way, which is completely understandable. I think more of us should be.
Yeah, and
Until we get
and
to a certain
and
point.
he is private also. It's not like something that, like I told you before, I'm proud of who I am. I will not deny it, but I'm not going to publicize it.
Yeah.
And neither does he.
Yeah.
So it's fun. He has a ton of friends, and I'm slowly meeting a lot of his friends, and he's slowly meeting a lot of my friends, and we're letting everybody kind of merge and
Yeah.
see. where it
Evidently,
goes.
really slowly, because I haven't met him yet.
Well, you're really busy all the time.
Oh, blah blah blah.
Oh, yeah, okay, fine.
So, a lot of the comments that I got to, and without going too much into that, because we went there.
Right.
But with regards to Megan, your daughter, and that loss, which is something that no human being should really have to go through. I mean, that's just not the order of things. That's not, no parent should have to
Yeah.
to grieve the loss of a child. But I am wondering. How did you? What did you for the people that might be going through something traumatic in their life, whether it's a loss of a spouse or the loss of a job or just some? What comes to mind is I don't know about you, but the death of Robin Williams really resonated with me.
Mm-hmm.
It really, as it did with most people, I think, because you see this public figure who made us all laugh and who was always on.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes me think that we're all an actor to some extent because we choose what side or how much we're going to let our true self show. You know that better than
Yes.
than some. But I'm just curious, what do you, there's so much depression out there. There's so much, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's very sad because when you say, well, Robin Williams, I mean, you would never suspect anything like that.
No.
And that's a big scale. Let's take it into the home. Let's take it here back to Omaha. I mean, there's tons of people out there that are just hurting inside. From the young to the old, and they have nowhere to go. They have no one to talk to it about. Or again, they make the choice and they just hold it in. And when you hold something in like that, if you're depressed or if there's something going on in your life that it's eating at you, if you don't talk about it, it just destroys you. And I guess that's the encouragement we have to get out to people is talk about it.
Yeah.
It's not to, find someone that you can trust. And the other thing is, as people and as human beings, when someone comes to you, you need to be open to it.
Yeah.
Yes, we're very busy and we're going here and we're going there and we're doing this. But you know what? What's really important?
Yeah.
I mean, if someone comes to you and says, I'm hurting inside,
Yeah.
or, I'm thinking about committing suicide, or
Yeah.
I don't have a job, or something like this,
Yeah.
you may not be able to help them, but you can listen.
Well, and you might be able to put them in touch with somebody who can. And sometimes that's what we need. We need just somebody to know that somebody cares and we don't feel alone. What really pisses me off is there was so many comments out there about, how selfish the act of suicide is and how hurtful it is to the people that are left. Well, duh. That's a given, but unless you've been there, unless you have experienced firsthand, you can't see tomorrow. You can't get your arms around the fact that anything's going to get better ever. And the fact that, I agree with you about talking to somebody, anybody, but a lot of times you can't find your voice.
No.
You're in so much pain. You're having trouble getting out of bed. And I'm hoping that this at least helps shine some light on that. But, to your point, yeah, talk, get it out, do something. But I also think that we just need to be more aware and look for, as you said, be a human being. And if somebody is hurting, let's do something about it.
Exactly. You don't just turn a shoulder and, you know, say, oh, well, okay, fine, and move on because you don't want to get involved.
Yeah.
Well, get involved. It's not going to hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it may take a little of your time, yeah. But, okay, what else do we have to do?
What's the thing that helped you the most? I mean, did you talk? Was it your faith?
I didn't talk at first. Faith, absolutely. I mean, it was, I was angry. I won't get around that. When you lose a loved one, you're angry, you are immobilized. I did take some time off, and my brother came and lived with me for about 3 weeks, and, you know, we just, you know, you talk about the positive, we talked about the negative, we talked about everything we possibly could. And as cliche as this is going to sound, who was my biggest supporter was my employees.
Yeah.
I mean, they literally surrounded me, you know, and it wasn't an awkwardness. I mean, they would ask questions, and there was times that they were scared to ask questions, and I would just come out and say, just say it. Don't worry about it. It's you know, it's life.
Yeah.
But I guess the biggest thing that I found out that after you go through some grieving, and, you know, you grieve for a long time, and everybody grieves differently. You know, there's different avenues that you're going to go, you know, because of the loss and all that. We were fortunate enough with my daughter that we were able to get all the shoulda, woulda, couldas done because we knew this was going to happen.
Yeah.
So we were able to prepare for it. Doesn't make it any easier, but it definitely takes a lot of pain away. I feel really bad for parents or anybody that has a loss when it's like that, a car accident or something sudden, because all of a sudden then you realize, I didn't say this, I didn't say that, I didn't do this, and then guilt sets in, and guilt will kill you.
Yeah.
And so I guess then that would just want me to say, if you know if you really love somebody, oh man, someone's gonna throw this back in my face. I can feel this coming right now.
I think I know who it is.
Yeah, probably.
Look into that camera.
Yeah, okay, right there. But if you care about someone, tell them.
Yeah.
Because you don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to get out of ourselves.
Yeah.
I think what it really boils down to. So, I mean, we could go
That
on
is
and on and on.
super good advice.
I mean, oh yeah, okay. Don't be pointing any fingers over here, okay? The 5 that are coming back at me. I know I'm guilty. Trust me, I'm the biggest one for it. But, you know, you learn.
I think we're all actors to a certain extent, and we're all hypocrites to a certain extent. I mean, we just are.
Absolutely.
One of the things that, you know, has been in the news lately is I mean, all over, you know, Twitter, all the blogs, you know, the news. I mean, Good Morning America, you name it, has been this NFL, you know, scandal that's been going on with Ray Rice and what's his name, Adrian Peterson. What's interesting to me about the whole thing is, I guess, you know, what kind of intrigues me is we all know that you should never hit somebody. I mean, you get mad at me and hit me, it's going to be a lot different than Ray Rice, running back, and how he hits me. I mean, it's going to be a little bit different.
Yeah.
You know, we all agree that there's a line. I also believe that there's not enough time. But the thing that gets me is that you know, we cheer for people, football players, to be violent. You know, they're out on the field. You know, the bigger the tackle, the better. You know, the more powerful, the more sacks, the better. You know, that's who we are. That's what we root for.
Yeah.
And is it even possible to think that somebody can walk in the door of their home, flip a switch, and be different? If that's what you're trained to do, if that's what you get paid to do, if that's what you do day in and day out, you know, can you walk in the door and
Turn it off?
turn it off? I'm just asking.
In my opinion, I would say it would be very difficult.
Yeah.
You have to know yourself very well. I mean, we are all trained, we're all programmed to our jobs and to who we are. I think it's a very unfortunate thing But again, it does stem back into anger and letting things get out of control. And so thus you need to always keep yourself in check. I mean, he's a big man, and you know, a female, I mean, I mean, even if there was provoking, I mean, we don't know all the story, unfortunately. We just get fed what the media wants us to know.
Exactly.
So we then form our opinions
Based on a very limited
perspective, and then it gets completely blown out of proportion because it's kind of like the telephone effect. I call you and tell you one thing, and you call someone else and tell someone, and it goes down, and by the time it gets back to where it started, it's involved so outrageous and it's ridiculous and it's blown out of proportion. So we can only go off what we have. I mean, no, it's not right to hit anybody. Nobody has the right to hit another person. I mean, yeah, there are self-defense, but this, you know, this was a lover's quarrel, a spat, you know, a domestic violence, whatever you want to call it. It still got blown out of proportion and media driven. And then the money behind it, because, okay, he's a professional football player. He is backed by all of these people that he does advertising for. And basically, he's being chastised for all of this because they don't want to lose face, because they don't want to lose the money.
Exactly.
And so...
And it is all about money.
It is. It's all about the dollar. What, you know, and that's what they live for, and that's, you know, and that's how they do make their money, and that's how the people that back them make theirs. Obviously, we're not going to say any names and stuff like that.
Well,
it's
what I think got blown out of proportion, I mean, the video, wow. I mean, he cold cocked her and she was unconscious, and holy crap. But what strikes me is a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Wrong. Is that when that came out, he was punished. You know, he was put on suspension, and they said, whoa, you know, you can't do that. We've got a problem with that. But then when the second part of the video came out and it absolutely went viral, then they came back and they said, oh, never mind. Now you're done. Now we're going to increase the punishment. And that to me is just very incongruent with fairness, you know, and he's coming back and saying, you know, you can't do that. You know, it's kind of the double jeopardy thing. And even in our legal system, if I go out and make a mistake and with my, I don't know, car, and I hit somebody, I get punished for that. Then, you know, if it goes viral and then people find out about it and the judge can't come back and say, oh, never mind, you know, I'm going to change your sentence. You know, we can't do that.
No.
But it's just, and with regards to Adrian Peterson, that was a child situation. His son is 4, and, you know, he's been very vocal about saying, you know, he's not a child abuser, you know, he didn't mean to hurt his son. But again, that whole turning off the switch, and I think that we're in a dangerous spot if we start taking control away from parents and their ability to raise their children. I mean, I don't know. I only had to spank my daughter twice, and that was it. I think there's, you know, time out. What the hell is time out?
Yeah, okay. There is no time out. I mean, because you're not teaching them anything other than to go sit in a corner and be quiet, and so that their mind can think of something else. You haven't corrected the problem. And spanking, okay, there is a fine line here. Yes, I spanked my children. Yes, I got spankings. When I was growing up, my mother would always say, okay, it's time for the Board of Education on the seat of understanding.
Oh,
okay, so
I love that.
So here we go. The Board of Education on the seat of understanding.
Oh my.
So, but it worked, you know.
Yeah, look at you.
Yeah, I came out okay.
You turned out kind of good.
My other brothers do very well. You know, we love each other. We don't see each other, but we love each other. But it's been escalating over the years. I mean, in the schools, everything, you know. You have to, you can strike, you can spank your child. Obviously, you don't hit them in the face.
Right.
You don't bruise them, but, you know, we do have a backside that has a little extra cushion back there.
Well, some of us more than others. I'm just saying.
I think a firm
lesson of understanding.
Yeah, a firm lesson of understanding. It gets the point across.
Yeah.
But it's done.
Yeah.
Then you know. But
You move
again,
on.
what we were talking about, how you've been trained. Yeah, I mean, I remember when I was a young adult and I was raising children, and
You remember that far back?
it's tough. Let me tell you. I have to get off the drugs once in a while, so I can remember but back then. But yes, I did spank, and I remember one time I spanked Ryan probably maybe 1 or 2 times more than I probably should have in the process, because
Because of you.
because of me,
Yeah.
not him, but because
Yeah.
of me, because of, you get angry.
I did the same thing as a parent.
And
Absolutely.
it's like, oh my God, and it's really funny. I had this talk with Ryan probably a year ago. We were just discussing, childhood and coming up and comparing notes, and
Did you say coming up?
you're bringing up the child.
No,
or-
there's only one other person I've heard use that expression.
Yeah,
And he's not
exactly.
he's darker than you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually. Smart aleck. But I just said, he goes, did I hurt you? Did I scar you? And he goes, oh, for God's sakes, Dad, no, I needed it.
Yeah.
He goes, no, I didn't like it at the time. He goes, but I am who I am today.
Yeah.
You loved me enough to correct me, and
Mhm.
I didn't do those things again. And so I guess that just kind of takes it to where we are now. You can't let it go too far, but government's got involved, school has got involved,
Mhm.
and it's like,
And it's scary.
Whoa, it is, because there are children that need to be disciplined.
Yeah.
I mean,
And there are parents who take it too far. I mean, they're, both ends of the spectrum.
yeah, and it's just like, what do you do?
Yeah.
Where do you find the balance here?
Yeah, it's tough.
It's
But
very, very difficult.
at the end of the day, none of us go to school to be a parent. And you got to believe that most people are doing the best that they can. And we got to let parents be parents. I
Right.
guess I'll just say that.
You
Um,
allow them to make mistakes?
Yeah. So,
Yes.
in the time remaining, it's fall at the farmhouse.
Yes, it is fall at the farmhouse.
Every
and
time
we're
I
loving
have
it.
been in, you are slammed, which is a great thing.
Oh, I hate this problem that I'm dealing with.
I know, isn't it? Oh my God,
what am
woe
I
is
gonna
me. What
do?
do we do?
Yes, we are
So tell me
preparing-
what's going on.
We're preparing for fall, we're getting ready for the holidays. We try to do different specials every month. And this month of September, it is carameled apples.
Yeah,
So
duh.
there's big carameled apples, there's peanut-covered apples, and then there's the fancy apples. And
What are the fancy apples?
Fancy apples, they've got M&Ms on them, they've
Oh,
got chocolate
Lord.
chips on them, they've got pecans drizzled with chocolate on it. There's the Dutch apple one, there's the apple crumb.
Oh my.
You're drooling.
I am, I know.
Okay.
Well, my
Caramel
daughter, when she walked in the studio tonight, she said, when she saw you, she said, this is the time of year that not that she doesn't love the farmhouse cafe at other times of the
No.
year, but this is the time of year where, the environment and the atmosphere and the
Yeah.
smells and the food, I mean, you gravitate towards that. So,
Yep. Getting ready for pumpkin pie and pecan pie and everything that's going to happen in the next 60 days.
yeah.
So
And you're trying to mentally prepare yourself for
I am.
getting busier and busier.
I think it's good. I mean, it's a great time of year.
And you do lots of catering.
Yes, we love to cater.
And you stepped into this millennium and actually created a Facebook page.
Yes. So we're
That's
asking
awesome.
everybody to go to Farmhouse Cafe Facebook,
Yeah.
sign in, be a member. What we're going to try to do is post pictures to let you know what the specials are going to be for the next couple days, so you can kind of think about it, so you can work it into your busy schedule, so you can come see us.
Yeah.
Take some pictures of some catering, some of the goodie trays and things like that we'll be offering for the holidays. So, it's just a nice little avenue.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it works quite well.
I think it will. I think it will.
So,
It's fun to be able to look forward to that. And, it's just that time of year. And we've got holidays right around the corner.
where did summer go?
I don't know.
I have to close the pool down. I'm so depressed.
Oh.
No swimming.
Wow. Well, the next time that we have you on in a few weeks, excuse me, I really think that, this is, I don't know if you've noticed this or not, but there's space here for 2 people.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we could probably have your daughter come up here. I can't have my son. he's moving, so.
Your
he's-
son is moving.
Yes, he got a huge job promotion, he's moving to London. So remember when you told me last time that, maybe the holidays will be more fun? Maybe I might be going to London for the
London,
holidays.
that nice little city in England.
Yeah, completely.
How's Dad feel about that?
Dad is happy as all get out.
Really?
Yeah, it's a good move,
That's amazing.
because I can go travel and now he can pick up the bill.
There you go. Well,
So,
congratulations to him.
Yeah, very much so.
Oh my gosh. So anything else we should look forward to at the farmhouse? Any other news?
Well, being as I sit next to Mangelson's, the haunted house is opening up. Actually, it opens the 19th and the 20th. It's the trial run for it. So if you like to get scared, go to Mangelson's and go see Shadow's Edge.
And then come to the farmhouse
And then
right
come
after.
to the farmhouse and have a big hot cup of coffee and some caramel apple pie and some ice cream.
Oh my
And look at all
gosh.
the desserts that you want to get for Thanksgiving.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And you're going to be at the event on October 21st?
I will be there with you, and I will be bringing all kinds of goodies for you.
That's amazing. So we would like to invite the community to that. It's October 21st. It's called the Tribute Event. You can find out more about it on our Facebook page and on YouTube. Dan will be there, and we ask everybody to do a tribute, which is a really simple selfie that recognizes somebody in your life that's meant something to you. So thank you, Dan, for being on the show again. I can't believe how fast the time goes.
I know.
Yeah.
We didn't even really get angry at each other.
Nobody
this
cried
time.
or hit or anybody.
Oh my goodness.
I hate it when that happens.
Yeah, completely.
Thanks again.
It was a pleasure being here, and I love coming in and talking, and whatever subject we get into, let's just have some fun with it.
Let's just do.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. My name is Robin, and I'm reminding you to live your life on purpose.
Another day living in them, another day living in the millennium. Souls be looking for a healing and he's healing them. Filling some of them with his spirit. The devil killing some of them softly cause they ain't trying to hear it. But listen, here it's the last and wicked, terrible, perilous times. The mind fights that bind are signs that we're living in the days when God said he's really getting tired of man's ways. And days are dropping off like minutes. Who repented? It's a race. Who wanna win it? I gotta win it, cause I repented. And I can't wait for souls to get saved before it gets too late. I'm fighting my mind. I gotta realize I'm one heartbeat from eternity. I prefer to be stretched out at my Savior's feet because my spirit is willing but my body.
This program has been brought to you by the Farmhouse Cafe and Mind, Body, Spirit of Omaha.